What is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can use custom graphics on your SP404-Mk2 when it boots up and as screensavers as well. Now if you follow me on social media you may be aware that I've just released a pack. If you haven't seen it already, check out the link below. I've put together a pack of 32 images that you can use on your startups or as screensavers. It's an instant download after you purchase it, so that'd be really cool if you go and pick that up. There's loads of different stuff in there. I'll put up a sheet here so you can see. There's famous rappers, beat makers, brands, all sorts of cool stuff that you can put on your SP and give it that personalized feel when you boot up. Super cool. I've put some on mine already and it does add a nice custom feel to your beat making experience. So there is a guide to this on the Roland website, but I thought I might as well make a video about this anyway as I've released my own pack. So let's get down to the SP404-Mk2 and I can start showing you what you need to do in order to get these up and running. Okay guys, so here we are at the SP404-Mk2. So I'm just going to do this video handheld with my camera, this part of the video. I know it's not perfect, but it's actually the easiest way for me to do this right now. So what you need to do is have at least one project saved, and these graphics work on a per project basis. So when you customize the start screen of one project, it'll only work when that is the default project that boots up when you start the SP, if that makes sense. So it'll be the last project that you've been on. So if I hit shift and subpad here for project, and you can see here that it's flashing as 1 because I am on project 1. So if I go ahead and turn this off and back on again, you can see here I've set custom graphics. So that's all looking good, and if I go to shift and project again, you can see there that I'm still on project 1. That was the last project I was on, so it's booted up into that project. So if you want custom graphics, you do have to do it on a per project basis. And just to prove this, if I go to project 2 and I turn this off and then turn it back on, you can see there that it's just booting up with the default graphics that come with the SP404-Mk2. So that's the first bit of information that I really needed to share in order for this to make sense. And because there's 2 custom boot up graphics for each project, that's why I've done 32 in my pack. So you can have 2 for every project on here if you wanted to. So I'm going to go to project 2. Like so, and that's loaded, and the first thing you need to do is export this to your SD card. So I'm going to go to shift and I'm going to go to 14, and you can see the options on the screen here. You've got import from SD card, export to SD card, format SD card, cancel. So I'm going to export to SD card, and I'm going to choose project. I'm going to choose project 2. You can see they're all flashing here, so I'm going to choose 2, and now I'm going to press enter. So there we go, that's done. You can now power off your device and get your SD card out of the side. And what I'm going to do now is put this SD card into my computer and look at the contents on my computer. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, so here I am in my Finder window. You can see here that I've got SPVIDZ custom screens. This is the pack, this is everything that you get inside it, and that even includes the thanks.txt. So all the graphics are available here, and in this other tab here I've got the contents of my SD card. So if I go into export, project, you can see here I've got project 2, which is the one which I've just exported. So what I'm going to do is copy this, right click, and how do we do that with this? Copy project 2, and go back again, and I'm going to go to import. And you can see I've got a load of stuff in here already. I'm going to do paste. And now I have my project 2 in my import folder. And that's really important because you're going to have to import this project back onto your SP. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab 2. Let's just get 2 pack and the Bruce Lee graphic here. And we're going to go into project 2 and you go to picture. And you can see here you have all your options. So Screensaver 1, 2, 3 and 4, you can replace these with any of these in this pack that I've created. They're all the same size, and the startup screens are the same size as the screensavers as well. So any of these graphics, you can use them. All you have to do to replace them is to paste them in and change them to those names. So I'm going to put these in. So you can see it says 2pack and Lee, but I'm going to delete startup 1 and 2. And I'm going to call this startup 1. Startup_1, and I'm going to call this one startup_2. So now you can see it's back to how it was before, but startup 1 and 2 are 2 custom graphics, which are from my pack. So that is everything that I need to do on my computer now. I'll eject my SD card and go back onto the SP404-Mk2. Right, I'm back on the SP404-Mk2 now, and what I need to do is import this project that we just created and put in the import folder. So we go to Shift 14 again, because that's import and export, so Shift and 14, and we go import from SD card, and we go to project, not sample, make sure it's project. And you can see here I have all those options again, and you can see there's my project 2. So I pressed enter, and then it's going to say, where do you want this to go? And it's asking me for options. I'm going to choose 2 because it's project 2, I'm just overwriting it. And it's gone red because I'm going to be overwriting that project, but I exported project 2, so it's exactly the same files, it's just overwriting itself with the new graphics in it. So I'm going to go ahead and press enter, and it says, are you sure you want to overwrite it? And you go, yep. That's doing its thing. And now that is done, so if I power off and power on now, hopefully we should have those 2 graphics which I put in. Let's have a look and see if this has worked. And there we go, perfect. Both the graphics have worked as expected, and that is now my boot up for Project 2 on my SP404-Mk2. So every time I power off and power on into Project 2, I'm going to see those graphics. Like I mentioned about the screensaver, you have to have the screensaver running, so go to Shift and Utility, which is 13 down here. Go to System, scroll down, you can see screensaver time, you can set that to whatever you want. Just make sure that's on, and make sure that your screensaver type is set to custom. So I would set that to custom, and then if I'd replace those graphics in the SD card with the screensaver, they would come up on there as well. Okay guys, that was it for this one. That is how you use custom graphics on the boot up and as the screensavers on your SP404-Mk2. As I've already mentioned, it would be great if you could go and pick up my pack. It keeps me doing what I'm doing here. And in the future, I'm hoping to release more of these because there already has been quite a few requests, and I've got ideas for others that I would quite like to do as well. So stay tuned for all that. There is going to be even more new stuff coming to the shop soon as well. 1 new product for the SP, and then I've got a range of merchandise coming out. Here's a quick preview of the t-shirt that I've just had made, but there's going to be loads of variations on this in terms of whether it's on the back, on the front. I've also got writing as well saying SPVIDZ, so stay tuned for the release of those. This is just, the one that I'm wearing right here is just a mock-up. I just wanted to get an idea of position, etc. So there will be some tweaks, but yeah, they should be hitting the shop very soon as well. So I'm super excited about that. Thanks very much for watching again, guys. As usual, keep making beats, and I'll be back with more content very soon. Peace!